Well, good day, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Eddie's Corner. I'm Eddie Appelfeld, and there are some corners around us. You're wondering, but probably before we start, what are we doing with this New York background? Well, because I'll be happy to tell you that very soon, the new headquarters, the international headquarters of Eddie's Corner, will be in Manhattan. Sure it will. We have a great show lined up for you, as we always do. But first, some old news. You might remember last show we visited the Ambassador Cafe, Indian food. I wanted to mention, because I said then that they have spots there for food and for private parties and meetings. To do that, you want to see Vernida, Vernida, at 443-844-2406. She'll take care of everything. Where are we going today? Well, I'll mention the places. Bonefish, Bowman, and Danela, all in different places, all with different food, all with great food. And I'll see you at our first stop. Now, before I introduce you to this fine restaurant, let me talk to you folks out there who like sports, particularly basketball. And this is unbelievable. And this is just came out that the NBA, the National Basketball Association, has just announced that they now have a second professional team in Miami. And it's not the heat, it's the humidity. Okay, welcome to Bonefish Grill, 10906. This guy liked it. Owings Mills Boulevard, of course, in Owings Mills. Open daily, lunch and dinner, daily specials, plenty of parking, remodeled dining room and bar. Both look great. Put a lot of money here, but the place looks wonderful. Sunday brunch, 11 to 3. And they call this a fresh new look. And if you've been here before and not since, you'll say, oh, yeah, man, it looks great in here. This gentleman here is the proprietor. This is Chris. And over here, I'm looking at 5 wonderful entrees, and he's going to tell all of us what they are.
All right, and starting up here, we have our grilled salmon entree. We have it with our mango salsa served on the side, with our fresh broccoli and our herb jasmine rice. This is a big seller. A lot of times we have 2 different sizes of salmons. We sell mostly our smaller portion, which is a 7-ounce portion. All right, coming up next, we have our chimichurri bistro filet. We have it cooked to a medium. What we do after we grill it over our oak wood burning grill is we top it with our chimichurri herb pesto sauce. It comes with your choice of 2 side items. We have our steamed broccoli and fresh French fries. All right, coming up next, we have our grilled chicken marsala, served with your choice of 2 side items, and then topped with our homemade marsala wine sauce. Here we have served with it our bacon mac and cheese and our herb jasmine rice. This marsala wine sauce is made in-house, does have fresh mushrooms and then a touch of bacon added on top. Finally, right now we have our partner selection special. It is a grilled sea bass topped with our imperial topping. Fresh cheesy toppings, seafood mixed in, topped with our lemon caper butter sauce. We have it with a little extra mango salsa on the side just in case you want to sweeten it up. Served with fresh asparagus and then a side of mashed potatoes.
That food looks delicious. You know what? People tell me that I'm in a food rut. I mean, I go to the same restaurants and I order the same thing every time I go. For example, when I go to Ciparelli's, I always get the wonton soup. No, that doesn't seem right. But when I come here, I always get that Atlantic salmon. It is terrific. Now, I didn't mention catering, which they do here at Bonefish, on and off premise. Chris, tell us about that.
So we have our catering system done everything through our online-based websites. We use a local vendor, Easy Cater, who will pick up and deliver to you, or you can have everything done through them, and then we have everything ready at the restaurant for you. It's kind of nice, though. You can actually call us on a Saturday afternoon, have everything set up, and be ready to pick it up at 3 p.m. for dinner at 4 for everybody if needed. So something that's really changed a lot for us is being in the catering game, being available for everybody in different capacities, and then if you guys have an event, we'll be there for you. And you can plan ahead weeks, month at a time as well. So it really is an open system that's really utilizable by all at that point. So
remember, that's the Bonefish Grill in Owings Mills, 10906 Owings Mills Boulevard. Thank you very much. And thanks to the chef for making all that wonderful food.
Thank you, Eddie.
Excuse me a moment. Nothing like a cold beer. Before I introduce the next segment, I have to tell you this crazy thing. I was in an Uber the other day with a female driver. She turned around and said, "Do you mind if I play some music?" I said, "No." She said, "Kiss?" I said, "Well, maybe we should listen to the music first." Okay, welcome to the Bowman, 9306 Hartford Road in an area called Parkville. They do have banquet facilities, private rooms for meetings and parties, patio seating with heaters, happy hour, 3 to 6, Monday through Friday, open 7 days, plenty of parking, a bar area, which is where I am, 5 TV, so it's a good place to watch a Ravens game. By the way, there's a comedy club underneath called Sully's Comedy Club. It's probably closed now, but thinking of reopening in January. Entertainment March through October on the patio. Friday, 9 p.m. every Friday, karaoke. Wednesday is trivia night. Reservations, they are accepted, probably a good idea on weekends, and they do have a lottery. As usual, we have some dishes that were prepared for us and for you to look at. And to tell us all about it, here's the bartender, Shelby.
Okay, first we have our signature chicken franchise dish. It's a lightly battered chicken breast in a signature lemon butter sauce. Then we have our New York strip cooked medium rare, served with chimichurri. And then we also have our Cubano sandwich, which is a grilled panini. It has layers of pork roast and ham. And then we have our jumbo lump crab cake served with grilled asparagus and our homemade mashed potatoes.
Okay, before we get on to the next location, I was at home the other day and my lady friend called. I said, well, how much longer before you're home? She said, well, 10 to 15 minutes max. You think by this time she knew my name. I'll see you at the next location. Now, this restaurant looks familiar. There is a good reason. It is because we were here before, maybe 2.5 years ago. We are back in Hamden, Danela, right on the avenue, 824 West 36th Street. That's, of course, as I mentioned, in Hamden. Locally owned, both mom and son from Sardinia. That's an island just west of Italy. Closed on Monday. On-street parking. Really, there's plenty of parking. Don't worry about coming down here and not finding a place to park. Seating for about 100. Reservations, yes, they are accepted. By the way, they are dog friendly on the porch. They've had some calls about that. Yes, bring your dog, bring your child, bring both. We're in sort of at a private dining room here. So if you want some private dining for a small little meeting, this is the place for it. Family style dining is also available. I don't remember another restaurant other than maybe a family style restaurant where you can get that. It's available, but you have to call in advance. 3 to 5 main courses. And while you're finished eating here, when you're finished, stroll the neighborhood. Hampton is a great place to spend some time. All right, I know you're anxious to look at the food, and it's sitting right over there. I'm not going to describe it. I might eat it later, however. Who is going to describe it? Well, this is Stefano, the son. And Stefano, it's all yours. Go ahead, go to it.
Hi, how's everybody doing? So the first dish is going to be called the culurgiones, which is a potato mint ravioli with a butter sage sauce on top. So the second dish is called fregula, which is a couscous-like textured noodle that's made by hand by Danela. It's a very, very old tradition from Sardinia to make this dish by hand, and it's served with fresh clams in a white wine clam sauce. The third dish is going to be called malloredus, or also gnocchetti. It's a typical Sardinian, similar to a cavatelli noodle, served with a sausage ragu with the marinara sauce. And then the fourth dish and final dish is going to be called the paccheri ai funghi porcini. This is a very special dish. The paccheri is like a tube-like noodle served with a white wine sauce and a touch of cream. And the porcini mushrooms actually come fresh from Sardinia, which is very unique.
All right, before we go, let me mention this. Birthday and wedding cakes are available for special order, but you have to order that in advance. Also, Danela, she does all the cooking, and she does it very well. Now, before we go along, a strange thing happened to me this week. I went to a men's store, and I said, I want to see something cheap in a suit. He brought out a mirror. Okay, I'm done here. Well, I am back from where I started, and I thought that was a pretty good show, if you ask me. My thanks to Bonefish, Bowman, and Danela. Oh, before I go, did you know that before there were crowbars, crows had a drink at home? Yeah. And also, I'm reading a great book. It's on anti-gravity. I just can't put it down.
Oh, won't you get some new writers?
Who said that? Anyway, our last show, so let me take this opportunity to say Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Kwanzaa, and if you're watching in January, Happy Martin Luther King's Day. Well, we had a great year as I look back with great restaurants. I hope you tried some of them. Let's look forward to what we're going to do in 2024. So until then, this is Eddie Applefelt. This is Eddie's Corner. Thanks for watching.
That's